Welcome to the Sports World 1869, a world so large you're a part of it whether you know it or not. Week 4 is happening in baseball, and we're going to talk about it in the 4th edition of the Week of Review. So the most exciting thing about this week would have to be the empty stadium game between the Baltimore Orioles and the Chicago White Sox. This was the very first time, and will probably be the last time, although baseball may go on forever, and I may never see it again, but there was an empty stadium game between the Orioles and the White Sox, and that was the first time that ever happened. It happened because there were riots in Baltimore, and due to the fact it was not safe for people to go to the game, they had to cancel the first 2 meetings, and they decided to just have one game, but prevent no one from going to the stadium. Of course, there were fans outside who wanted to see it. But in general, it was an empty stadium. It was very exciting to watch. The Astros were on fire this week. They won 8 in a row. As I'm making this video, they've won 10 in a row. They've been a very phenomenal team and fun to watch. The Yankees also on fire. I hate the Yankees in the first few weeks of baseball, but right now they're making believers out of me. Although we'll see what happens when the age catches up to them. But as of right now, they're playing very well. So are the Tigers and the Royals, and the Cardinals win like every game now off walk-off wins. But they're getting the job done, so who cares? Addison Russell hit a home run. I know, exciting stuff. Especially if you're a Cubs fan, because you know Addison Russell and Chris Bryant are the keys to this future. Which surprised me why Rizzo and Russell almost killed each other trying to catch a ball. Don't know why that happened, but hopefully Russell learns, you know what, call the guy off. You have to call off plays, so we'll see what happens in the future. But Russell was still green, so we'll see what he does. Overall, though, it was cool to see him hit a home run. Bumgarner and Kershaw faced off each other in this week. It was a very exciting duel. This time, Bumgarner wins. Fortunately, Kershaw did not pitch well enough to give his team the victory. He only allowed 2 runs. They came off the same man, Buster Posey, whereas the Giants shut down the Dodgers. It was probably the game of the week, I'd have to say, because those two are considered to be the best pitchers in baseball. As to who you would pick, it's definitely up for debate, and definitely a discussion I'd like to have later. But the important point to note here is it was probably the best pitching matchup of the week. Something interesting that happened early on in the week, the White Sox went against the Royals in a doubleheader, and they beat them in both of them, which was good, especially the first game. I was kind of concerned maybe it might go to extra innings, but it didn't, and they beat them. They beat them twice, which was good for the White Sox because they've been struggling lately, so any wins would help. Unfortunately, they didn't know what to do against the Orioles or the Twins, but either way, they're trying the best they can. The Brewers are still struggling, as are the Phillies, as are the White Sox, as I just mentioned. And there's some teams like the Reds and the Blue Jays, which they're not bad teams, but they're not playing good at all. It's very hard to watch. The Nationals are finally getting on the winning side of things. They started off so bad, and their pitchers are finally playing better. Their hitters are finally back on the field doing stuff, so they're doing better. But it's not been that great for that team because the Mets are still dominating, so that's a problem. The Angels are having issues. They dropped the series to the Giants, and they're not playing that well. I know they were the favorite to pick, but since they traded Hamilton, they lost Kendrick, and Weaver's not good. Shoemaker's having problems. I'm not sure if they're gonna go anywhere, especially with Richardson being the only good guy on this team. I don't know what's with the Angels lately, but the top order is strong, like the first 3-4 guys, and the rest of the line just dies out there. You can't win games like that. Even the Flags are doing better. Angels are gonna have to step it up because the Mariners and the Astros are playing a lot better. And if they keep playing like this, they're not going to go anywhere. The key injury of this week would have to be Homer Bailey is officially out for the season. Again, he's out for the season with Tommy John surgery. Great signing. Not. Regardless, he'll be out for the rest of the year. The Reds weren't going anywhere anyways, but when you lose that kind of guy and you're relying on Jason Marquis, yeah, you're not going anywhere. That's just how it is. That's basically all the updates you need to know about this week. Let's now give out the awards of the week. First, the starter of the week, and the nominees are David Price, Dallas Keuchel, Chris Archer, Anthony DeSclafani, Felix Hernandez, finally he's on this list, Garrett Cole, Matt Harvey, and Max Scherzer. And it goes to my man, Dallas Keuchel. Why? He's got the lowest ERA. He's up there in the wins. His team has won 8 in a row. You better believe he's responsible for that. Max Scherzer had a few bad starts. I should say really one bad start against the Cardinals. I mean, it's not bad, but for him it was kind of bad. Felix pitched well too, but I still think Keuchel was better. Archer gets the Ks, but the ERA is not that great, at least as of now. Also, he's playing against the Blue Jays, and for some reason he owns that team, so I want to see him do that kind of damage to other teams as well. But he has, so he's definitely on here. And anyone's listed on here, by the way, definitely had a good start, especially with David Price. David Price had a good start when he had that complete game. Not quite the shutout, but very impressive nonetheless. And everyone else on here as well. Very good pitching. But I have to give the Dallas Keuchel. So he is the best pitcher of the week. Our starter of the week. The nominees are Mark Burley, Carlos Carrasco, Servano Gonzalez, and Kyle Kendrick, and Wade Miley. The winner is Mark Burley. And it's so sad for me to say this because Burley has been such a good pitcher in the last 14 years, over 200 innings every single year, and for some reason it's as if he doesn't have it anymore. Past 2 starts, he's given him more than 8 runs. His team is scoring runs for him. He just can't seem to hold leads for these people. It's really bad. I hope Burley bounces back, but as of right now, he's really bad. Wade Miley is bad, but the difference is no one expected to be good anyways. That trade was dumb. Everyone knows it. Carrasco is still figuring things out, so I didn't expect him to be that great either. And Kyle Kendrick is bad, so enough said. But Burley is a surprise. That's why I put him on here. It's more of the surprise factor. I did not expect Burley to be this bad, but he is. I hope this changes. The best reliever of the week would have to go to Andrew Miller of the Yankees because of how well the Yankees have been doing and how dominant he has been. He's got an ERA of 0.9 saves. He is a phenomenal closer for this team. Very surprising because this is his first time doing it as a full-time job, but he's a very good pitcher, and I gotta put him on here as the best closer of the week. Trevor Rosenthal is good too. Don't get me wrong. He's pretty good, as is Familia. But I'm giving it to Andrew Miller of the New York Yankees. Worst reliever of the week would have to go to Jorge Rodon of the Rockies. There's other pitchers out there, but he's got an ERA of 50. He's bad, really bad. I realize the only reason why it's so high is because of the fact he hasn't pitched a lot. But it's pretty bad. There was so much bad relief pitching this week, but he was definitely the worst. Hopefully he does better because 50 is not good on an ERA. It's really not. I hope that changes and I hope he gets better. Best hitter of the week. The nominees are Jose Altuve, D. Gordon, Nelson Cruz, Josh Donaldson, and Adam Jones. I'm giving it to D. Gordon. Why? Because the man has a batting average above 400. He's stealing bases. He's getting hits, leading his team to victory. And if your leadoff man is on base all the time, it seems like for D. Gordon, you're going to win a lot of games. Altuve, I really wanted to put him on here, but I think D. Gordon's a little more impressive. But Altuve's been leading his team to victory. That's why they won 8 in a row. Nelson Cruz is hitting home runs left and right. Man, the guy has figured it out. I was hating on him, and I'm not going to do that from now on because he's doing really well now, and there's no need to hate on him. Josh Donaldson has been playing very well for the Blue Jays. The higher they put him in the lineup, the better he does. Very good hitter. Same with Adam Jones. He's like one of those guys no one seems to talk about for some reason, even though he's a fantastic player. I wish we had him. And when I say we, I mean the Reds, the Blue Jays, really any team I support, and ones that he's on I don't, especially the Orioles, but he's been fantastic. He's a great hitter. All right, now we have the worst hitters of the week. The nominees are Carlos Beltran, Marlon Byrd. What is this, the 4th time I put him on here? I'm telling you, every week he's going to be on here because he stinks. Chase Utley and Shin-Chu Su. Guess who the winner is? Marlon Byrd. I don't care if he's hitting a home run every 10 at-bats. He needs to do more than that. In that Braves game, he had bases loaded. They just needed something. What does he do? He strikes out. He couldn't even put the ball in play. It was 1 out, bases loaded. He did nothing. He's a terrible hitter. I'm so angry at the fact that the Reds got him. He's done nothing good. I don't care if he hits 2 or 3 home runs. Your batting average is below 2. You hit like 0 something when it comes to runs and scoring position. You're garbage. Beltran at least is trying to improve. Utley has more home runs. And Chu smiles. And if you got a good smile, who cares how bad you're hitting? But Bird is terrible. That's all I have to say about that. Best home run of the week would have to go to Nelson Cruz's 483 blast. That man, he's got so much power, it's scary. I mean, him and Stan, I love to see those two go back-to-back in a home run derby. Very exciting to watch. Hopefully when Brian starts hitting home runs, be just as impressive. But in general, though, both those guys have been doing really well in the home run part. But Cruz definitely gets it here with another Cruz missile. He loves launching those. Best defense of the week, we got a few people. Jake Marisnick of the Astros caught a ball on the hill in the stadium. If you know what I'm talking about, in the stadium, there's like the very deep center field is a hill, and he went on that hill and he caught the ball. Very impressive. Cole Calhoun caught a good ball in the outfield for the Angels, which is very impressive. Any play with Nolan Arenado would go on here. So one game he had 2 DPs, good grabs, good picks. He's such a great fielder. Anything he does is great. And there was a great defensive play by Brandon Phillips against the Brewers where he did this cool, I don't know, backhand throw or something. It was pretty impressive. He was running and throwing at the same time. So that was great. I'm going to give it to Jake Marisnick, and the reason why is that center field in the stadium, Minute Maid Park, is so hard to field. So when you see someone go that far and catch it, it's very impressive. Since we moved outfields in, you don't see that kind of defense anymore, and I just wanted to give it to him because that was very impressive. But technically speaking, Nolan Arenado, well, he's a wizard out there. Nolan Arenado's crown has been taken because he got the best defensive play 3 weeks in a row, and now Jake Marisnick stole it from him. One guy I forgot to mention was Alex Gordon. He caught the ball against the White Sox in the stands. That was very impressive too. But still, Jake Marisnick, I like his defense. He definitely deserved it. And Kevin Pillar smashed against the fence against the Indians. That was very impressive too. But I'm telling you, going back and deep in the outfield, it just gives me good memories of great defensive plays in the past. So I'm definitely giving it to him. Worst defensive players of the week. And there's a lot. So here we go. We got Connor Gillespie, Casey McGee, and Danny Santana. I'm giving it to Connor Gillespie because his fielding percentage is lower than certain pitchers. That's really sad. His pitchers are not known for fielding, and his is lower than some of them. Connor's a third baseman. His hitting has not been so great. So if his fielding is equally as bad, that's not acceptable. At least for the other two guys hitting the ball, so you can forget about the defense. But with Connor, you're not getting either. So I'm not really impressed with his performance lately, which is why I think he's the worst defensive player of the week.